G'day everyone, how are we today? It is the Little Aussie Collector, and today we are here to show off the Koba Bust life-size bust from Bluebox Hyper. This come in the post yesterday, and I'm just doing some comparison shots here. I've just put him in the kitchen actually, just next to the Caesar. So let's dive in and have a look at the 1-to-1 Koba Bust from Bluebox Hyper. Alrighty, so let's dive in here, guys. As you can see here, I've just brought the Caesar out to compare and to show you that they do have the matching bases there with the name plaques. So it's a nice little sort of fits the theme well. Now the big difference here, as you can see straight away, is the paint on them. So I've gone with the war type version for Koba, and I've had Caesar in the collection for I think about maybe 2.5 years now, and he's what they call the old Caesar version. So he's from the War of Planet of the Apes, and then this Koba version here is from Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. So if you haven't seen the trilogy, these 3 movies, I highly recommend. They are fantastic, so jump on board and give them a watch. But we're here to have a look at the Koba, so let's dive in and have a good look here. In particular, everyone wants to see the portrait. I think that's the big selling feature of these busts that are made by Bluebox Hyper. So let's dive in and let us know what we think. So as we move in here, the big difference with this piece in particular is the amount of silicone that's on this piece compared to the Caesar. So all of the chest here on Koba is actually silicone, and we've got the hair that's either glued or punched in. I'm not too sure with the silicone how that works with his chest. I know from other companies with face and hairs and things, they're hand punched. The Caesar one is sort of like more of a mold. So the difference there is the amount of silicone that they've used in the Koba is probably 3 times the amount of what Caesar is. As we pan up, the second huge difference there that we have is the actual open mouth portrait here. So let's dive in and have a look at this one. So I'll try and get you in a little bit tighter there. As we can see there on the teeth, they're all dirty. They're sort of like discolored and things like that. Now they've done a terrific job here on the teeth with the open mouth. In person, it's a lot better. It sort of doesn't come up as well on the camera. You can sort of see a little bit there of, without trying to lose focus. They are very grimy, dirty. They've got some stain marks, and the actual tongue behind those teeth there is silicone. So comparing across there to the Caesar, obviously, it's just a closed mouth portrait, obviously, so no teeth. But with the Koba, magnificent. So big props to Bluebox for opening Koba's mouth there and showing us the teeth and the tongue, so really good. Now moving up to the actual portrait himself with it, again, it's a silicone bust here. They have put the war paint on top of him, and as is in the movie, he has the dead eye, as you can see there. So we've got one normal or regulation eye and one what I call dead eye. So they've done that really well. Caesar has just got his normal eyes there, as you can see. So coming back to Koba, you can see one, and then the dead eye there on his opposite side. He does have a battle scar on the back of him as well, and he's got a little chunk out of his ear. As you can see, his ear there, he's got the chunk taken out. Now he does have the little bits of hair on his ear as well, like with the other bust that they did. As you can see there, he's got the hair on his ears, which just looks terrific. So with Koba, he hasn't got as much hair as what Caesar does, and that was a feature of the film with it. So he has got sort of like not a receding hairline on the chest, but he certainly hasn't got as much luscious fur on him as what you see with Caesar. So they did make some improvements. I think the first model that they did, he was quite bare chested and he didn't have much hair at all, but they've made the improvements there and have sort of like adhered to what the consumer wants, and then they wanted some more hair on there, and they've done that. And they've also done that with the top of his head as well. Now he is balding, obviously, compared to Caesar, but they've done that really well. So I do think that they've got enough hair without having too much there on the top of his head. So just looking back at these two pieces here, these are a great pairing. I think they were smart. I think those people that had Caesar, they obviously won. They knew the quality of the piece, and they know how much presence it's got when you walk in the room. So then when they put the Koba up for order, I think that they were, they would have been inundated with calls straight away saying, yep, how can I get one of these? And they did do a clean version of Koba as well, and the wall paint. So yeah, terrific job there by the Bluebox. This piece has been, for me, I've been highly anticipating this piece for some time now. And when I got him in the post yesterday, couldn't wait to open that box up. Now, he does have a sort of an Easter egg on the back there. I think that one of the big features of the Koba compared to Caesar is just the way he thinks of life and what he thinks of the humans in particular. And Bluebox did a really nice, I think a really nice little Easter egg at the back there, which I'll show you. And a very, very important part of the film with the human lies aspect. So if you are a fan of the film, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So let's whiz around and have a look at the back there. I also did have a little Easter egg on the back of Caesar as well. But there's the human lies there. So really nice touch there. I really like that. Now the bust is quite light. It's not a very heavy bust, so it's very easy to just pivot around if you want, if you haven't got it on a turntable. And that's what they did with the Caesar. They had the symbol that they had from the rise of the Planet of the Apes, the very first one. So yeah, the human lies there for the dawn of the Planet of the Apes. So really nice touch there that they did there. You can see the back scar as well. I forgot to show you that, guys. There's a back scar on him, which is done well. So he's got a really big scar on the back of him from having several fights. Let me come around to the front again. Now these busts are pretty big in size, certainly. I threw a couple of photos on my social media with me in the middle of them, and they're certainly life size, that's for sure. So let us know in the comments which one you prefer. So we've got, this is sort of the 2023 version Koba on the left. And then I think I got this in about, it would have been, I'd suggest maybe the start of 2021, the Caesar. So if you're a Caesar fan, such an iconic pose, love it. With the different colored hair on his chins. And then if you're a madman, if you're a Koba fan, then here he is. We're not getting any better products of Planet of the Apes than what these are. Absolutely stunning pieces from Bluebox. So I cannot recommend them highly enough. They've been excellent with their service for me. They've always messaged me back on Instagram. They gave me the tracking, everything worked really quickly. Yeah, so zero issues with Bluebox. They are very, very highly recommended. For such a small company in Peru, their work is second to none. So this is my third Bluebox piece, obviously these two, and I've got the Nun, which is an absolute epic horror character piece that they've done. We do have one more Bluebox piece that's coming in the next, I'm hoping in the next week. It might take another couple of days after that, but once I get that piece in, it's another horror piece. Then I'm going to do a video with all of the 4 pieces next to each other. They are a hidden gem in the collecting world. I think the Bluebox Hyper, really good stuff. Their quality is terrific, and for me the prices are great. I think their prices they really stack up really well compared to the big companies. So I really feel that you're sort of getting a piece that's got a lot of love to it, because it's, you know, there's only 2 or 3 artists in the business, and they're hand done. It's sort of like having a commission piece work, really. They really stand out in the collection. So yeah, so let us know in the comments, people. I know that there'll be probably a lot of people that are not familiar with Planet of the Apes, with these movies, but just appreciate the art. If you're not a fan of the films, you can sort of appreciate the work that goes into these. But if you are a fan, you'll know how great these pieces are. So let us know in the comments, what do you prefer? Do you prefer the wall paint version of Koba, or do you prefer the Caesar, the clean, the old look? Yeah, hit us in the comments section, and I'll get back to you with what my thoughts are, obviously. But looking forward to the 4th blue box piece coming in the next week or so. Another horror piece, like I said, and let's get a comparison video of their pieces compared to some other big studio pieces that are quite expensive. And I'm telling you now, spoiler alert, these stack up better. So they're fantastic. So thumbs up to the Blue Box team. Again, fantastic work. Very happy camper here I am with these 2 busts in the collection. So hit that like button, guys. Hit the subscribe. We're well up to towards the 500 mark, which is fantastic. Really enjoy doing these videos for you guys, and it's a great way for you to have a look at these pieces. I know that there's only 50 of these made, so they are very rare. But for me to be able to enjoy and share these videos with you guys is what it's about. So I really enjoy just sharing them off with you and getting your thoughts and opinions. And for those that aren't lucky enough to get a piece, then they can still look at them and sort of like appreciate the art, because that's what it's about for me. All right, guys, have a great day. I will see you on the next video. And if you haven't watched the Planet of the Apes trilogy, get onto it. We'll see you soon.